And this evening I will be streaming Roll and Cook in play-along style. Let's give it a minute for everybody to show up here. I know the cats were already excitedly wandering through this, so good evening, Lycan, good to see you. I believe Wim will also be joining us, and I think Annie was a maybe, so let's see who shows up. And maybe we'll get some surprise visitors as well. By the way, this is a custom sheet of a free, but the game is a free print and play game. However, if you want to support the designer, you can send him $10 and get a custom sheet like I did, which is really amazing. And you also get sent the artwork separately. $10 for custom artwork is dirt cheap, you guys. So if you enjoy the game or you're looking for some game-related artwork of yourself, do keep that in mind. I can totally recommend it. I hear a very faint construction noise in another part of the building. Hopefully that sound does not come through on the live stream, because that would be awfully annoying. Lycan, can you link us to the game sheet in case anybody's wondering in here that doesn't have a sheet but would like to play along? Hi Annie. If any of you have played this game with me before, make sure you have the updated version, the one that says 9.0. If you've last played this several months ago, then you might still have the 8.1 version. Hey Chris, great to see you. Alright, so 9.0 Roll and Cook version. What we will be doing in this game is cooking food. On this side you'll find various dishes and the ingredients to make those things. So with an egg I can make an omelette, with some dough I can make bread. Let's see, dough, strawberries and sugar would make strawberry tart, etc. The game will last one full restaurant day, starting at 10 AM and closing at 9 PM. On every turn I will roll 3 dice and the game is simultaneous play, so everybody gets to use my die rolls. Chris is requesting Yorkshire pudding. I've never had that actually. Alright, so I'm writing down these numbers in these boxes up top, 3, 4 and 6. And with each number you can collect an ingredient. You can either collect an ingredient from here, but that is only available at this time of day. So you can imagine someone driving by and asking you if you want to buy something. And this is the pantry in your restaurant, so these ingredients are available throughout the entire game instead of just this particular turn. And all of them are single use. Wim is still on his phone. Multitasking. Alright, so 3, 4 and 6. And if you pick this box, you get both of these ingredients. That seems nice. I like more things. My marker is not being very cooperative, so let me switch it out real quick. Alright, that's better. Much clearer. So I grabbed fish and tomatoes, and what you will do is you circle that on the bottom of your sheet so you can keep track of your ingredients. At the end of a turn after collecting ingredients, you will check if there are any plates, and if so, hi kitty, you can use ingredients to cook food. So right now we're just stockpiling, and at the end of the second turn we can start cooking our first dish. So I've spent my number 3 and now I have a 4 and a 6 left. This little grayed out box means it's a more fancy ingredient. These are all basics, and with those basic ingredients you can collect some more advanced stuff. So maybe milk and salt could create butter or cheese. So if you find these little grayed out boxes, that means you can just grab one of those right away, so it will save you some ingredients later on. You won't need to spend more expensive stuff. So I'll grab that one. If you do not use any of those fancier ingredients, they will be worth 1 point at the end of the game, so always nice to have those. And then finally I have a number 4 left. I can get a carrot. I already have a tomato, and a carrot and a tomato could work towards a salad, so that could be something I might be interested in. You know what, sure, why not? The first time you play this, it will definitely take you a little longer because you're not as familiar with the dishes yet. If you play it more often, you'll start to remember what type of ingredients make up particular dishes, and then it becomes much quicker to play. I can get through a game of this in half an hour, but the first time it definitely took me almost twice as much time. So if you are playing along for the first time and you can't keep up, just let me know. And Chris is asking about ice cream. I don't think we have ice cream. We just have chocolate cake and strawberry tart, fruit tart, something. No ice cream, I'm afraid. Alright, second turn. Hopefully you guys are ready. A 5, and a 6. So I'll write those down. Right now I have 2 of the same number. As usual, I can just use that to collect ingredients of those numbers. However, I can also use the 2 doubles and turn them into 1 wildcard. So instead of 2 5s, I can say I want a number 2 or a number 3. Thanks, Chris. I hope you do too. I'm glad you were able to pop in for a little while. Alright, so the 2 5s can make up 1 other number if you want. So basically you lose out on 1 ingredient, but you have a bit more flexibility on those numbers. Another way to manipulate the dice are the special abilities here at the bottom. This one says adjust the number up and down 1. This one says change a number to any number of your choice, so it's more powerful than the previous ability. This one says use a die twice, and this one says create an imaginary die, so maybe an imaginary 4, for example. Each one of these are single use, and you are allowed to combine them, as well as use stuff like a doubles rule or even a triple. If you have 3 of the same kind, they become 2 wildcards. So I could say I want to use another 5, so then I have 3 5s, and then instead I want to make those 2 numbers of my choice. So you can kind of combine those things in weird ways, but that's probably a little much for your first game. But at least this way you'll know it exists. Let's see, I wanted to focus on some vegetables, so that's good because I rolled quite a few of those. So with 6 I'm grabbing another tomato. And then with 5 I'll get lettuce from here. And with this 5 I'm gonna grab this one. That's a mystery ingredient. And this mystery ingredient can be used for sushi or for making some sauce directly, but it's also a wildcard for any of these basic ingredients. Not for any of these. That's why it has a line in between, and it's also easy to remember because it's one of the ingredients to create this particular item. So if it could be a wildcard for this thing by itself, that wouldn't make any sense. Alright, so I've grabbed all of my ingredients for my second turn, and now I get to cook 1 plate of food. I have the ingredients to make some sushi. I also have the ingredients to make some salad. And generally, each dish will be worth the amount of victory points next to it, but if you cook the same dish multiple times, you'll get some bonuses that become stronger if you cook the same dish more often. So if your restaurant specializes in a couple of items, that will generally earn you more points than if you try to do like 1 of each. Which I think makes sense. Most restaurants tend to have some kind of direction or cuisine that they're focusing on. I'm gonna cross out these 3 vegetables and cook a salad. Well, cook is a bit of a overstatement with a salad, but I made a salad. So I've crossed out the ingredients down here, I've circled this, and I've crossed out the plate that I needed to use to create this. If you don't have anything to cook yet, or you don't want to, maybe you're saving up for one of those more complicated dishes, then that's alright, but you cannot save the plate for a future turn. Which again, I think makes thematic sense, because if a customer is hungry at 11 a.m, they are not gonna want their food at 4 p.m. So I like it when rules make thematic sense. It makes it easier to learn and teach a game. Wim's food in real life has arrived, so he's gonna have to multitask now, or just give up on his play along, but that's less fun. Alright, rolling dice for turn number 3. And again, if you are playing along and you can't keep up with me, just let me know. I've rolled a 2, a 2, and a 6, and again you can use the 2 2s to create a wild card of another number. I'm not sure yet if I want to do that. I do want to use the 6 and get another fish. Right now I'm currently a little focused on the sushi and the salad. We'll see what else I'll make. In general, it's definitely nice to pick one of those easier things that require fewer ingredients, and then either multiple of those or maybe combine it with one of the more expensive ones. It's definitely harder to try and max out one of those more expensive ones because they take up quite a few things. But if you do pull it off, it can be worth a lot of points. I do at some point want to try that, but not tonight. And let's see. I had kind of figured that the butter that I had gotten here could at some point be turned into sauce. And then sauce and steak would make a dish. And even if I just cook one of them, I will get a bonus point. So that's nice. So I think with one of the number 2s, I would like to grab a steak. And then I have one number 2 left. I'm not sure there's anything in particular that I'm too interested in. Oh wait, maybe the flour to make sauce later on. That'd be good. So I'll grab some flour from here as well. At any point in the game, can you cross off any of these ingredients and then circle something here? You do not need plates for that. Plates are only needed to create actual dishes. So these are kind of like bonus actions. And then again, we have a plate for a hungry customer. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna give him some sushi. And then I'll cross off my plate. And then that's it for the third turn. Moving on to number 4. 1, 5, and 6. Alrighty. Well, I really want this one, even though I didn't roll it, so I'm probably gonna use a power-up for that, because it works well with my plan to kind of have a lot of salad-type things. Let's see, number 1 is gonna be this, because special ingredients are the mystery ingredients are wildcards, so those are always great. And then number 6 would also offer me a bunch of those. And number 5 would offer me vegetables. So I kind of like all of these. So I might just create an imaginary die to pick up these two. Which is the strongest power-up, so that might not be too clever. It's a little early in the game for that, but I think I want to do it anyway. Let's figure that out. Let's start by using number 6 for a mystery. And then figuring out what I want. There's no maximum to this. The kind of X's that you can circle kind of fade out, which means you can get as many as you want of a particular ingredient, obviously limited to what's actually on the sheet, but that doesn't mean there's this amount of each ingredient in the game necessarily. Okay, so I can use a 5 to grab one of these. I can also just hope to do that later, and for now say I'm gonna turn 5 into a 2 and save this one for later on, which also wouldn't be a terrible idea, to be honest. The unfortunate part of that is that I will be missing some carrots for making a salad right now, but I think that's alright. So I'm gonna use the 5 and say it's a number of my choice, so instead it's number 2, and I pick up another lettuce and another tomato. And then again we have a plate, and after that we get a little bit of a break in between lunch and the late afternoon, moving into early dinner. So after this you have a little bit of time to stockpile up some food, which is good because both the early dinner and the late dinner shift are gonna have a lot of hungry customers, so you're gonna need a whole bunch of food if you want to feed them all. There's no penalty for skipping a plate. I think that's about the only non-thematic rule this game has. Other than that, it makes a lot of sense. I think I want to go for the steak. Just so you guys can see how that works. So I cross off a flour, a mystery, and a butter. That makes sauce, and again, that does not use up my plate. And then with the sauce and the steak, I get some seared ribeye. There we go. Again, don't forget to cross off the plate for cooking a dish. Not that you can save it, but in rounds where you have multiple plates going on, that can be helpful to keep track. It's also why I cross off the numbers for ingredients. Because usually you would get all of your ingredients first and then cook a dish, but in turns where you have multiple plates going on, sometimes it's easier for your own overview to maybe like grab something, cook it, cross off the plate, and then figure out what to do with the rest of your ingredients. So by always crossing off stuff as soon as you use it, you are able to be a little flexible with that order. As long as you don't try spending things you don't have, it isn't too important what order you do stuff in. 4, 4, and 6. Do I like number 4? Guess it's alright. I mean, the number 5 is also kind of nice for more veggies. There's a whole bunch of veggies here, and I didn't really roll any of them, so that's a little unfortunate. If I want to try and max this out, that's definitely not great. I could use the 6 and get another butter and maybe get more sauce, but there is some sauce just flat out later on, so I think instead I want to do a plus or minus 1 and turn the 6 into a 5. And then grab those two that way. And I'm definitely gonna start to need some carrots, but so I'm tempted to grab this one, but I think instead I'm gonna use a 4 for this mystery up here, because the mystery can be a wild card for a carrot if I need it. And another fish for more sushi. There we go. I'm alright with that. There's still quite a few carrots here. Although if I want to max this out, I need 7 of them. Might be tricky. But I think I'm alright with it for now. There's no plate, so there's no customer in this particular turn. So we get to move on to the next one. Is everybody that's playing Long Life still able to keep up alright? If not, please let me know. And as always, I'm curious what kind of dishes you guys are cooking. Maybe you're focusing on something else entirely. Alright, I'm getting confirmation that everybody's good with keeping up, so that's great. It's spinning. Alright, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, I don't think I need any of that I'm getting in here. So I'm probably gonna see if there's anything interesting up there. Now I'm sad I used this already because this number 2 isn't too interesting to me. Actually, none of this is particularly interesting to me. Obviously the 5 is nice because that's gonna get me some more veggies, so that's always good. I'm just gonna go grab the carrot. It's probably the easiest decision, but then the rest of this doesn't really work with what I was going for so far. And it doesn't really work here either. I could decide to double one so that I have either 2 2s or 2 4s, turn that into a wild card and grab something else instead. So I could maybe grab this mystery one up here or just another carrot for the sake of it. But I don't know. Feels kind of wasteful. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with any of this stuff. Although 4 is still a flour, maybe I do have a steak. In case I do want to make sauce at some point, I guess I'll use the 4 to get more flour. And then with my number 2, I am going to say I want to make a second number 2 and get this carrot up here. So the 2 2s together become one wild card, so I turn it into a number 6 that way. Man, we're like halfway through this game and I already used 3 of my bonuses. I don't know if that's gonna be smart, but we'll see. And then we have a plate, so I'm gonna cross off the plate and one of each vegetable and make another salad. And at least I have one more salad and 2 pieces of sushi set up, so basically the next 3 plates I'm already good to go, so I have some time to gather up ingredients for later on in the game. So I do think, even though I've used quite a bunch of stuff already, I do think I'm set up quite alright at this moment. I'm not unhappy with that. Alright, rolling. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Ooh, carrot. Ooh, veggies. I want those. Give me those. Oh, that's easy. This one, this one, this one. And then I have number 5. Well, I'm short a tomato apparently, so there we go. That was like the easiest choice I've had to make so far in this game. I'm definitely gonna give you guys a little bit to catch up with me. Let me know when you're good to go because, like I said, I already have ingredients for my next 3 plates, so my turns are gonna be rather quick. I'm not gonna need a whole bunch of thinking time. I just made another salad as well. Alright, let me know when you guys are good, and it gives me a second to grab a sip of water so that my voice continues throughout this week, because I still plan on doing live streams pretty much every day up until Christmas. I think so far next Tuesday is the only day where I don't have anything scheduled, but that might just change. I kept one day blank on purpose so that if I do have to miss out on a day for health related reasons, I can postpone to the day that's currently empty instead of having to cancel something altogether. There we go. I am rehydrated. Let me know if you guys are ready to move on to the next turn. And I don't know if how long you've been following me or if this is the first time you're watching me play this game. But yeah, like I said, it's version 9.0. I discovered it when we were in version 7, so I think I've played, or maybe 6. I know I've played 7 and 8 at least. And the difference between 8 and 9 rules-wise is pretty much none, although there are some new variants added that won't work as well on a live stream, especially not if I want people to watch a replay. But it might be nice to play if you're using this, like playing it over Zoom with a couple of friends or something like that, and everybody's playing live. Then there's a new rule that has shared plates, so if somebody cooks something, if you didn't cook that exact same dish this round, then you cross off a plate anyway, so that that way there's a limited amount of each dish available, and you might lose out on bonus points or depending on your timing of cooking particular things. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But the only thing that's actually been changed on the sheet is some slight adjustments in points. The eggs previously were much stronger, and the designer felt those were overpowered after seeing me get some pretty ridiculously high scores with them compared to the other dishes that didn't take up as many ingredients. This one seemed to be stronger than the ones that took up 2, so that has been adjusted. Alright, both Annie and Lycan are ready. I think Wim has decided to stop playing along and eat his food instead. It's alright, Wim. Although now I can't say I've beaten you, so that's sad. Wim wins a lot of games on here, so I'm always very happy if I manage to beat him. Although, to be fair, I do feel like I'm pretty good at this game and I tend to get a pretty nice score, so maybe that's why Wim isn't playing. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know he can handle losing, even though he wins a lot. 1, 3, and 6. Again, those are not really numbers I'm looking forward to. I don't really like that here either. So, and this is where you see there might be a slight problem with my strategy, that some of these pantries down here don't really have stuff that I'm using with my particular dishes, which means if they also aren't interesting up here, then I can't really grab anything that's too useful. So that's definitely not a great choice. I would have liked a double in this round so that I could have turned it into something else, because this one would have been nice. Oh well. And the 6 is bread, is dough, which can just be turned into bread. It's basically just a flat 3 points, which is nice. But it's also a wild card, and I feel like the wild card might be stronger for me. Could be wrong, but I feel like I might need that one a little more. Let's see, if I do want to make sauce the normal way, I'm going to need butter. So in that case, I need salt and milk. So maybe I can use the 1 and the 3 to get salt and milk. Looks like I can. I'll grab the salt here because these are available throughout the entire game, and this one will be gone after this. So I might as well grab it here. Not that I expect I'll ever need all of this. And then I'll grab the milk up here. And then the 6 was gonna be another mystery ingredient. Wim says he hasn't even played along with this one yet. That's actually surprising considering how often you're joining my live streams and how often I play this. Well, hopefully after this one, the next time you will be able to join in then. I know you already printed out a sheet, so that's good. Okay, I have 2 dishes. Let's see, I'm gonna just make another salad first, because that was gonna be my main focus for this particular game. And then I can either make one of these or more sushi. Doesn't really matter too much quite yet. I'll just make the sushi now because it's quicker. There we go, and that's both of my plates used. I don't know what's wrong with these markers today, but none of them are being very cooperative. Alright. Next turn. Hope you guys are ready. If not, yell at me as usual. I don't see any yelling appearing yet, so that's good. I hope that means everybody's good to go. Rolling. 2, 3, and 4. And we're already at 6 p.m, so as you can see it plays quite quickly. It helps that everybody's playing along now, I believe has already played it at least once before. If we are playing with first-time players, I do try to play slower. And of course, if you're a first-time player and you're watching a replay, you can just pause it as needed. And let's see. Ooh, more veggies. So a mystery and a tomato seem like a good choice. And then I have a number 4. Well, that's not very useful now, is it? I might just grab this one because it's a point. I don't plan on using it, but it's just a point at the game end, and I don't really see anything more useful that I would like to get with that at this point. I mean, I can just grab an egg, and an egg is 1 point, so that kind of comes down to the same thing, except in order to turn it into a point, I'm actually gonna need a spare plate. So it's safer to just get a point that way. And Lycan says he activated his intense puzzling mode, so he's gonna need a bit of time. Just let me know when you're ready. And let's see what am I gonna do. I'm gonna make more sushi because nom nom sushi. I like sushi. There we go. And then with my salt and milk, I'll make butter. And with ooh, I think I might be short a plate this round. Uh-oh. I was gonna say with butter, flour, and a mystery ingredient I will make sauce and I will make more steak. But then I will only have 1 mystery and 1 tomato left, so I would be short an ingredient if I want to use all of these plates. Well, apparently this is where I'm using my final power-up, you guys. 1 imaginary die of my choice, and I'm gonna grab a steak and a carrot. Because I might as well get 2 ingredients out of it. Alright. Back to this. Flour, butter, and a mystery will make sauce, and then steak and sauce will make more seared ribeye. And now I already have some steak sitting, so hopefully I can get a third and get into those higher bonus numbers. I'm gonna spend my last mystery as a wildcard for the lettuce and cross off the other 2 vegetables for 1 more salad, and that uses up my 3rd plate. So I've made 1 sushi, 1 salad, and 1 seared ribeye. And that is my early dinner shift done. Then we're gonna get a little bit of a break to stock up on ingredients before we rush into the late dinner shift and have another 5 customers to feed. I'll wait for Lycan and Annie to let me know they are ready to go, and then we'll move on to the next turn. Lycan already let me know that he might be playing a little bit of a slower turn. Also, it seems like the screen went slightly blurry. I hope that's just on my end, but if I feel like somehow my camera isn't really putting things into focus properly at this particular stream, which is a little unfortunate, but hopefully you guys can still see things clearly enough. And of course you guys all have a link to the sheet as well, so that way it's a little clearer what I'm doing, even if you're just watching. Let me look at what ingredients might be available for the rest of the game and see how far I'll get. It doesn't look like I will be able to get many more salads, although maybe with some of those special ingredients, but there's no more carrots in here, and I already grabbed the 1 carrot that was here. I did skip out on 2 carrots up here, but as you can see, even if I'd gotten those, I would still be 1 short, so you definitely do need some of those specials to max out some of those things. I think that goes for pretty much every dish in this game. It's hard to max them out by just grabbing ingredients straight away. I do think you need to kind of be a little flexible with that. Another thing you'll maybe learn as you play it more often is that certain ingredients might not always be available. Like later on in the game, the sauce appears quite a few times. And for example, early on in the game, you have quite a few potatoes, but later on there are none of them. So that was something I discovered as I played this more and more often, that maybe, for example, I was focusing on vegetable soup, but I skipped the potatoes here, and then later on I was like, wait, There are none of those anymore. Lycan is also trying to max out his seared ribeye, he said. Annie, are you ready as well? And then hopefully we get to move on to 7 p.m. soon. Let's see, what was I thinking about? What ingredients could I get maybe later? So I can get more veggies here, and after that I'm kind of gonna need specials. Which is sucky, because obviously it's definitely possible that we're all lower numbers, but I don't really see a need for the lower numbers on my end. Although here there is some fish for sushi and some sauce, so, and here's a vegetable. Well, it's not too bad, I suppose. And here's also, well, alright, I think I can work with this. And he says she has more random ingredients, but nothing that will combine into a plate. That's unfortunate. Sometimes it works to like maybe you can make dough or something and then just simply cook a bread or turn an egg into an omelette or something. But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes you just need to skip a plate. I spent a game trying to max out tacos at some point, which absolutely did not succeed, but I had to skip quite a few plates in my attempt at doing so. Alright, 7 p.m. 2, 3, and 4. Well, at least that gives me the veggies, so that's nice. Or at least I think that's nice. I would really like the sauce though, although there's no plate, so it's not too bad that I don't have it yet. But I have the steak, so I also want the sauce. I'll just grab the 2 fish, I suppose. Right now I feel like what Annie just described, like I have a whole bunch of random ingredients, but they're not really turning into anything. Yeah, flour can be tricky. Alright, so I could grab some salt, which I don't think I particularly need, but there's something else. I do have chocolate, so if I get stuck at the end, maybe I'll try for a chocolate cake, in which case I'm short quite a few things. I might as well grab something for that. You know what, I'll just grab an egg. It can be used for flour or a bunch of other stuff. You can always turn it into an egg, because right now it isn't looking too good for me to be able to use all of those last plates. It was working really well up until here, but right now I feel like I'm kind of short on everything. But like I said, as I figured out, I think about a third into the game, is that I had set up a strategy that kind of didn't really work with the lower numbers. I could have used lower numbers here, but yeah. Annie is asking if I can repeat the abilities. This one was plus or minus 1 a current number. This one is instead of the current number, change it to a number of your choice. You can say number 2 is now number 6, for example. So it's basically a stronger version of the first. This one says use one of these numbers a second time. And you can use, that way you can use the doubles rule. So I can say I create another 2 and then the 2 2's together become another number. So you can kind of mix and match rules that way. But you can also just use it singular, so I can say I want a 2 here and a 2 there, that works as well. And this creates one imaginary die and a number of your choice. I know you only asked about the middle 2, but if I'm running through them again, I might as well run through all of them. For those that might watch a replay on full screen or on YouTube where the Twitch chat box is not included. I might actually toss this one up on YouTube when we're done. I try to put one play of every game up on there, and Roll and Cook is obviously already on there because I've been playing it for months, but I'm pretty sure the version I have up on YouTube is the 8.1 version with the overpowered X, so it would be good to replace that with this playthrough, I think. And Lycan really needed a number 1. Yeah, I know the feeling. Do you no longer have any abilities to do that? Because either one of these 3 will get you that number 1, really. Oh, well, even this one, because we have a number 2 now. So, unless you've already used all of your abilities like I did, you should be able to get a number 1. And Lycan was like, wait, I forgot it gives me a free die. I love how you always forget abilities. I know you said you do that quite a bit in this game, and I know you've played this one quite a bit at this point. So I'm surprised you can still manage to do that. Alright, rolling. And looking at the viewer count, I think Wim has left us for food. Or for Dutch Yoda, because Dutch Yoda also does live streaming around a similar time each day this week. And he also plays some great games, so I can also imagine Wim might have wandered onto there. Alright, 2, 4, and 6. Oh, you are still here. Why is my viewer count saying there's 2 people watching? Oh, it's jumping up again. I think Twitch might have just been lagging. I was like, I see 2 viewers, but there's 3 people in my chat box. Now it says 5 again, so maybe Twitch was just bugging out on us. Alright, 8 p.m. Nearing the end of the game. 2, 4, and 6. Alright. What the heck do I want to do with that? At least there are higher numbers. It's just the number 2 that isn't too particularly useful to me. But a 4 and a 6 are probably alright. Well, actually the 4 isn't too great either. I kind of wanted a 3 here, and we rolled 2 and 4. Because of course. Number 6, I'll just grab another mystery. I already have some fish, so at least a mystery and a fish will get me some sushi. And let's see, what else could I do? I might want to cook some bread then, because I already have an egg. Maybe I can make that happen with the second plate here. In which case I would need a flour and some salt. Can I get a flour and some salt with a 2 and a 4? Well, nope, because neither of those things are up here. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Darn it! See, I told you guys, this maybe was not the greatest strategy. Also, looking at this, I don't think another salad is too likely. So what I could do is grab the potato in number 2 and use the potato with the tomato to get vegetable soup. That's 3 points, because the first one has bonus points. I think that might not be a horrible plan. Let's do that. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go for that one. So that one is number 2. And that's this one. And then I still need to grab something for number 4. I don't particularly care. I mean, I have these 2, so I'm technically short only 3 ingredients for this, but one of them is one that requires 2, so that's not gonna work out either. I would have loved some sauce at some point. I would like to make sauce at some point, so that's gonna require flour, a mystery, and some butter. I do not have any of those things, but I don't think anything here will help me towards that either. Nope. Alright, we'll just grab another egg then, I suppose. At least I can make single points out of that if everything else fails. And then I have 2 plates, so I'm gonna make 1 piece of sushi. And turn the tomato and the potato into vegetable soup. Well, actually, no, I might want to save that and see if I can pull off another salad after this. Anyway, let's erase that real quick. And let's see, there we go. That's not too pretty, but that's alright. This one was used, and then I had 1 more of this and 1 more of that. I think I'm gonna spend the egg first and just cook an omelette, because there's no way I'm getting 3 fancier dishes next round with the amount of stuff I have left. I mean, if everything works out perfect, I could maybe get 1 of each, but I don't think so. So I think it's fine to spend an egg right now. Alright, I'm ready. Hope you guys are too. Hi, kitty cats. Rolling dice. 2, 3, and 5. Well, that isn't looking completely terrible yet. 3 is gonna be the mystery for sure, because it just gives me the most flexibility. And then, is there anything useful I could get with a number 2? Ooh, 5 is also a mystery. I'm gonna see what I actually need ingredients wise, because if I can't use that one particularly well, then I might as well just grab this one instead and just get 1 point there. And Annie needed a 1 or a 6. Yeah, I'm not completely happy with this either. I mean, the 6 would have just been a flat out 3 points, so that was definitely more ideal than what I actually rolled, but I think I can live with this. And this is definitely where I'm going to start cooking stuff in between so that I can better keep track of what I'm doing. The next sushi would be 5 points, the next salad would be 8. But I think if I do go for the salad, I lose out on the vegetable soup. And these 2 things together are 5, 6, 7 is also 8. So it doesn't really matter actually, to be honest. Actually, if we had rolled a 6, I would have even been able to make tacos, because I already have this one, because I kind of sort of had a spare die late game. Wim says I can make sushi with number 2 and number 3. Yeah, I know I already can make sushi, though. I have 1 fish left over, so I already have a fish and a special ingredient, so I can definitely make a sushi. That's not the problem. I'm trying to figure out how to spend all plates before I actually cross anything off. Right now I have the stuff to make sushi and a vegetable soup if I want. And an omelette, so basically I can already cook stuff if I want, and I'm trying to see if there's a way to maximize that further, but I don't think there is. Well, actually I'm trying to see if I can get to this one, because that would be perfect. I already have the steak for it, but I think that's about it. I do still need the sauce, and I don't have the mystery, because the mystery has kind of been spent on the sushi, so then I don't think I can do it, because then I would need 2 of these plus these 2, so no. I would need too many things in order to make sauce, so that doesn't look feasible. That's unfortunate. So, oh, I can make another sushi dough with a 2 and a 5 as well, because this was another mystery, so then I do get a second fish and a second mystery. Alright, that looks like the best bet for my plate. So 2 pieces of sushi. There we go. And 1 vegetable soup. Okay, that will do it. And I have a steak, a chocolate, and an egg left, so I can't really do anything with that. If I had not been able to make a second piece of sushi, I would have used this for my third plate, cooked an omelette, and grabbed some fries for a single point, because stuff left over here was 1 point. So then I would have had 1 for that and 1 for the egg, which was 2, but the sushi was 4, so that was definitely better. Now we'll tally it all up. Each thing you circled is worth this amount of base points, and then you add whatever is in those circles. So this is 1 times 1 plus 0 is 1. Hi, cat. My cat wants to cuddle, but he also kind of wants to cuddle through the camera, which is not too helpful. No, honey, you can't go there. There's a camera over there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 is 12. 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, including the points in those circles. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And then we have this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, I believe. And then this one is 8, plus 1 is 9, and then I have 1 special ingredient left, so that's another 1, and I think that's everything. 10, 18, 19, 20, 60. I've definitely done better in this game than I did today. That's alright. Also, to be fair, a lot of my previous games were with the previous sheet, which was a little easier to score high on. But I do think the first time I tried 9.0 during the BGG at Home convention a couple weeks back, I think I scored higher. I remember I scored 5 stars. I only have a 2-star restaurant today. But that's alright. Like I said, I figured out partway through the game that I definitely didn't make the smartest choice in what dishes to go for, because it made lower numbers really hard to utilize in my case. And maybe with that knowledge in mind, I shouldn't have been so eager to spend my bonuses that early on. But I'm still pretty pleased with that. Wyken has 68 and Annie has 55. So I'm in the middle here. Wim says he will just play the replay. Well, you kind of know a little bit of what's coming up, but alright then. You can play. And I'll definitely stream this again in the near future, because this is one of my favorites. I find it pretty relaxing to play, but it's still really replayable. It's fun to teach because it's quite thematic. So yeah, I'll definitely be back with this one in the near future as well. And Wim says his short-term memory is broken, so it's totally fine if he replays. And Lycan says he only used 1 plate in the final round out of the 3, but he did manage his goal of maxing out the ribeye. So he's satisfied, but he feels like he should have been able to pull it off better in the end. Well, I think we all did kind of similar, so it's interesting. Even though we focused on different dishes. Well, this was a fun play along, you guys. I'm glad you were here. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Again, we're starting at 7 p.m. Central European time again. And I'll be doing bricks, a little Tetris style roll and write game. And then after that, I plan on doing a solo playthrough of Kingswood. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, I'll catch you at another one. Thank you for watching. And this was a lot of fun. Bye, everybody. See you soon.